than what they give him, picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Oh, here we go. Oh, 55 is Mike, guys. 55. Quit talking about it. And brains is on.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
48-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
Makes the score Bears 7, Falcons nothing. Brett Maher is set to...
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch the 46 down, man. 5-4. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up. Let's go. Great. Focus, defense, focus. Here.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
28, Jonathan Taylor.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes this all the way down to the Bears' 33. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Sunday.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Check 55, Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Mike, 55.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
Quick throw out wide by Wentz. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
A loss of a yard.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Here we go. 280. Hey, eat. Let's go. Kill. Get that ball. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Check pass. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Watch QB drop.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll make it 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Sunday. Mike 55. Don't get nervous. Mike 55.
Now a play fake. Wentz. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That's on Kelechi Osemele, the guard.
Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, distinctive destinations, all I want to see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week.
Let's go one more. Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55. 6 man. Check curl. Hey, watch this.
Play action. Now Wentz. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
A loss of 5.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe. Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe for a minute. Let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wet.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Tua. Slant pass to Boyd. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
12. 1st down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And they'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Tua. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Boyd. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
Chicago.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bears 7, Falcons nothing.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The give is to Bell. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He's brought down at the 31. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Dante Hightower on the stop.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Tunga Vailoa's pass.
Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And the Bears.
Here's Tunga Vailoa on 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
It's 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Tua. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry. So
after the INT, here's Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jonathan Taylor there. That'll bring up second down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz looking for Campbell downfield, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's Taylor. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Jerome Baker.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They'll get this out wide to Taylor. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know I'm one of those that overuses certain terms, and this one, explosive, is what we use for a lot of receivers, but that's Calvin Ridley. Nice catch there, and not only is he explosive, he's been very productive. Since being drafted in 2018, one of the top touchdown rates in the league as a wide receiver.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. It was Von Miller who shot in there to get him down.
It's now 3rd down.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Completes it right side to Cooper. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Check, check. Press down. Check 25.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Tua. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Hurst. A 12-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run it with Bell. Le'Veon Bell. Kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Chicago. Le'Veon Bell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own. Twenty-five-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offense offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A give to Bell. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Le'Veon Bell, the ball carrier, brought down at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the play.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Chicago.
Tua going to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. Touchdown, Chicago! Mike Gesicki, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle package Tel Aviv.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Wentz going to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Let's go, deep tight.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Loss of a yard.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. going to the air. Tagovailoa. And he comes back with one complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Play action, now it's Tua. Lush coming, and he's taken down. Whitney merciless. Picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Looking to pass. Tua. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. They'll run it with Bell. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Bell. Bell a first down and then some. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Le'Veon Bell. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
45's the mic. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Hey, great finish done. 45. What's done?
From the gun, it's Wentz. This one caught left side by Cooper. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Mari Cooper.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Check 45 the mic. Check 45 the mic. Push him back. Push him back. 5'9". Check 45. Hey. What's this?
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
4th down.
Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Watch 36. 36.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
3rd down.
On play action, here's Tua. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Hey, check right, check right. Hey, stand. Switch. Shoot. Mark 55. Corky, 82, Corky. Hey, keep it up.
Now Wentz. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
22-yard line.
They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Coming. Hey, check right, check 74, 74. Good track, good track. Mike 55, Mike 55. Let's go, D. Done.
Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
1st and 10 at the 39.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A throw out wide here, caught by Pettis. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Wentz. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Listen. Safety's creeping.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Slam. Slam.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. On play action, Wentz. This one caught by Ridley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Wentz now on 1st down. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are able to make things a bit more respectable. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
Bears 38, Falcons 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Complete to Le'Veon
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
It's a gain of
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
And the Bears first down.
Let's go now. 32. 54. All day, just like that. Just like that.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Thrown away and incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
54. Here we go, here we go. Hey, watch it. 54. Mike, 54. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Tua to throw again, and it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Chicago, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.